Down 3-0. 20 minutes left. The other team is celebrating like the game's already over. Then, everything changes. This isn't fiction. This actually happened in a World Cup final. And today, you're going to find out exactly how a team can lose for 70 minutes and still win the whole thing. We're counting down the greatest comebacks in World Cup history. By the end, you'll understand soccer's biggest moments better than most people who've watched it their whole lives. Let's start with 2014, Brazil versus Germany. This wasn't a comeback. It was the opposite, a complete disaster. Germany scored 5 goals in 18 minutes. 5 in 18 minutes. That's 1 goal every 3.5 minutes, in a sport where teams often go an hour without scoring at all. Final score, 7-1, Germany. Here's the crazy part. Brazil was hosting the tournament. Their whole country expected them to win. Instead, fans were filmed crying in the stands, live, on camera, in front of the entire world. Why does this matter? Because it shows how fast everything can fall apart in soccer. One mistake leads to panic. Panic leads to more mistakes. And suddenly, you're not just losing, you're getting humiliated. But not every story ends in disaster. 2022, Argentina versus France. The final, the biggest game on the planet. Argentina was up 2-0 with 10 minutes left, basically done. Then, France's superstar, Kylian Mbappe, scored twice in less than 2 minutes. 2 minutes! The game went to overtime, tied. In overtime, both teams scored again, 3-3. For the first time ever, a World Cup final needed penalty kicks to decide the champion. Quick explainer if you're new to this. Penalty kicks are like a tiebreaker. Each team picks players to shoot one-on-one against the goalkeeper. Most goals after 5 rounds wins. It's basically soccer's version of sudden death overtime, except way more nerve-wracking. Argentina won. Lionel Messi finally got his World Cup trophy, in what many consider the greatest final ever played. Now let's go back further. 1950, Uruguay versus Brazil, the Maracanazo. Brazil was hosting again, just like 2014. They needed only a tie to win the whole tournament. 200,000 fans packed into the stadium, expecting a celebration. Uruguay scored twice in the second half. Brazil lost. The aftermath was so brutal that some players never showed their faces in public again. One goalkeeper was blamed for decades, for a loss that wasn't even close to entirely his fault. That's the thing about soccer. The lower the score, the bigger every single goal becomes. In American football, scoring 30 points might not even win you the game. In soccer, scoring 1 goal can define a player's entire career, for better or worse. One more. 1966, the final. England versus West Germany. Germany tied the game in the very last seconds of normal time. Extra time, England scored twice. One of those goals is still debated today. Nobody's completely sure the ball actually crossed the line. That controversy is still talked about, 60 years later. So here's what we learned. A 3-goal lead means nothing with 10 minutes left. A 2-goal cushion can vanish in under 2 minutes. And one disputed goal can follow a country around for generations. If there's one thing these comebacks prove, it's this. In soccer, the game is never actually over until it's over. If this blew your mind even a little, hit subscribe. We break down World Cup moments like this every week, made specifically for people who are just getting into a sport.